You people that used to watch BB Ninja, what are you using your life to?
That we watch 3 hours long movie. Are you starting the next episode?
There's an upside to it.
What's the upside to it?
A lot of billionaires I know, they love games. Anytime I play, I'm like, this is what Elon Musk was doing.
Hello, my name is Elon Jobs, and the conversation you're about to watch is called Rational Dialogue. Today, we want to deconstruct a very viral video that took the internet by storm and did over 2 million views across different platforms on the internet. We want to look at what are the elements that make it go viral, the subject matter in this particular video. Do I see all those opinions, or my opinion about those things have changed? We want to look into the details that a less than 90-second video can never capture. And then we want to arrive at a conclusion about all the 4 things I highlight that everyone should never do in that video. One thing that I can promise you, if you sit tight, this conversation is going to blow your mind. I am Elon Jobs, and welcome to Rational Dialogue. So you are welcome. I think the best thing for us to do right now is to allow you to be on the same page with all of us on this table. I have with me Dan Smith, the very man that we have always been talking about on this podcast, Godwin. I have Josh Tracy and John Wills. All of them have seen this content before. But for you to be on the same page with us, I think this is the time for us to watch it together. So let's see this content together. And I'm clicking through Facebook to actually look at the content. Here are 4 things you should never do. Number 1, gambling. You are the only one that understands Google, over 2.5, and handicap. These things are not going to take you anywhere substantial in life. You can't make gambling your tickets to paradise. You build wealth over a momentous growth. Number 2, junks eating. Some of you can spend your entire 1 month salary in a night. You and Pepsi have made a pact to never depart each other. This is an highway to financial hell. Number 3, binge-watching. You can watch an entire series of movies in a night, an entire Wednesday in one sitting. Then you go for Suits, that is season 1 to 8. You go for Lucifer, that is season 1 to 9. What are you using your life for? Number 4, salary. You should never commit your life to a monthly earning. His salary is the drug they give you to forget your dream. The entire story of your life is going to be that you go to work, earn money, survive on it, and die. You need more than your monthly income. You need to diversify your portfolio. You need to figure out the skills that are going to make you money. The moment you take the sabotage of a salary, your career, your life, your future has ended. This is a word of wisdom from the wise. So this content did about 59,000 likes, 2.5k comments, 5.2k shares on Facebook. So Josh, now let's take it one at a time. As a marketing expert of years of experience, what do you think is responsible for this viral effect on this video? About 2 million views on. What do you think is responsible for?
The sticking factors are enormous.
Okay.
There are plenty. In fact, the fact that you really use the word that is in everybody's head. Go over 2.5. Those are really what the street we connect to on and on. So
familiar framing.
Familiar framing is a big factor with this, and then you really challenge a lot of opinions people hold in their head. Some people agree with it. Many disagree with it, because if you check the comment section, you'll be like, Mayor of Ekiti, this one, that one. So it's really punctured the conversation people are not really willing to have. So
that's it for you.
In fact, if you check the this guy's book, what's his name? Contagious. Jonah Berger. Almost everything checked. So it's genius.
Yeah. So that aside, for all of you that are interested in the content from a marketing perspective, That's the expert giving his expert opinion. But if you really are interested in going viral like that, I have a course. It's called the Viral Content Creator. It's on my website. You can go and get it. Very cheap course, less than $20 or $15, 20,000 naira. So now let's go into the body of the discussion. That means gambling. I think I said 4 things you should never do. And I think that's one of the first things that really get people attention with the content, which is like 4 things you should never do. It's like, who are you? Who the fuck are you to give me life instruction? But let's leave that aside. Now, I said 4 things you never do. You know, anybody can challenge that. You know, from a perspective, I don't know what you want to challenge, but that's just me using hook, a very wonderful hook to get people attention. But bottom line, now I told them they should never gamble. What's your opinion? Do you agree with that?
Thank you very much for that question. This evening, let me make a stand, or should I say, I want to play the devil's advocate.
Okay.
This evening, I kind of disagree with that intro, the first one.
Okay.
You should never gamble. I disagree with it, and I'll give my reasons.
I'll give you also, that's why we are here. We want to have a rational dialogue. You know,
Okay.
have a conversation that truly exposes all the news and crannies. Because many people who have seen this content will not be able to have a more rational, broader view about it like this. And that's what I'm hoping that this episode will help people to understand. Oh, this is what we mean. This is what we mean. This is what it doesn't mean. So, what do you think?
Okay. Reason
Because,
why
I think you are the best candidate to even talk about it, because recently you still gamble our money to do, you use your own money. Let me put that. Use your money to gamble with forex market. And which one do you use it to do? Crypto, Bitcoin,
currency pairs.
Okay, so your peering, how did it go?
It was humbling. It was humbling because during our when we were doing the last podcast last week, I made a mention. I said demo is different from real life, and the people used to say for you to gain ground in forex markets, you lose some money to a larger extent. Some people lose over $1 million. Some people lose close to 4 or 5 million. But
some people lost $100,000 in a day.
Yes.
So which is, I understand. People lose money. I get it. So
and the market is kind of volatile, not certain. You can lose and you can make money. Even with the right set of tools,
exactly,
winning is still not guaranteed. So
it's like you are betting. So and thank God you are an advocate of gambling in this episode. So let's hear from you. Why do you think I'm wrong and you are right about the fact that gambling is a welcomed idea?
let me give a backstory to it.
Okay.
When I wanted to write JAMB, I was seeking for university admission, and during that period,
you were gambling with your results O level.
During that period, there was no money, and then someone came to me that day. I think it was Chinwe, one of my friends, and he said, guy, Alpha, see this game, let's play this game. Then I saw the game he wanted to play, and I said, no, this is not it. I love football. I watch football. Like my love for football is second to none. So I said, okay, based on this form, let's take this. And we lined up 7 games that day. And I gave it to him. He went to play it and got so good. It came true. That money was what I used to purchase my JAMB form.
Interesting.
That got me admission to the University of Ilorin.
Interesting.
And look at you today.
Look at you today. So before we move on, Creative Dan Smith, that's his handle on Instagram and TikTok, where he talks about sports. If you're interested in sports, I think this guy you should follow. I know it's super amazing in breaking down sport analysis and events and predicting, and being a Chelsea asshole. He likes to. Arsenal is one, but Arsenal fans from nowhere. That I've never won Champions League before. It's okay, you get.
I used to say Chelsea is just like another Aston Villa with Abramovich money. So Abramovich is gone and they are back to their normal
Aston Villa
position.
status.
Yeah, so to say.
And you have never achieved what they have achieved in those times.
Don't worry.
That's the thing about
keep enjoying your 8th
haters.
position, your 8th, 9th, 10th position.
Now, what you are saying is that you have this particular experience where you gambled and you made money that made you road jam, which is quite fantastic. I always say this, that your experience is your worst teacher. People say your experience is your best teacher. I fundamentally believe, and I'll argue with anyone that your experience is your worst teacher. Because if your first girlfriend cheated on you, the second one run away with your money, the third one, you can easily conclude that every woman is a gold digger. All of them are liars and bastards. And it may just be that it's because of the local government area, the street, this whatever, the housing unit you are living in, that is making you see reality as such. It doesn't individually or objectively quantify or narrate the nature of humanity or women in this case. So people can have experience that skill in certain direction. And this is very important. The idea that we all have choices and desires and want, the same way I love black, wearing rings, and I love banana, and all those things, which means by default I will be attracted to some people. I will be more likely going to find myself in where they are selling banana, and then I meet girls that like banana. So all of a sudden, can easily conclude that all girls like banana. You see that? So I think when you use your experience to justify things like that, you are opening up a whole cankerworm of wrongness. So in this case now, you have one single experience and you think because of that gambling.
Let me land. You didn't allow me to land.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I land, please.
Okay. Now,
Do like I land.
what
Land.
happened right after I won that money?
Okay.
I won that bet was. I think it was about 12,000 naira. Yeah.
Wow.
That one.
Wow.
So
When 12,000 naira was it money you get?
I said, okay, let me try this again the next day. Then I took 1,000 out of the 12,000 and I played. I didn't win. The second day again, another 1,000. I didn't win. I said, okay, maybe at this point in time, let me leave this thing. Maybe God just wanted to give me my jam fund money. That was how the other one came to be.
The problem with people from this dogmatic school of thought, this God apologist, right? Is this problem of God wanted to give you money through gambling? Really? Is that even Islamic to gamble?
Of course it's not.
Of
course it's not.
It's not, but your God is using it to give you money.
Maybe I should say my Eleda, not God.
Now, let's leave the answer for now with this gambling theory. John, you are from a very deeply rooted Christian home. Gambling. What's your rational opinion about it? I don't want you to start telling us your opinion, start from the Bible and then analyze into the real world. What's your rational opinion about it? And then justify properly. Do you think I'm right by saying those are the 4 things people should never do? Because if people should follow that instruction, I'm condemning an entire industry to run.
For me, I think that video was necessary in a sense. And it's a 90 seconds long video. So it definitely could not capture a lot of details.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, my opinion, I think it is necessary to check out things, at least. Now, what are the positive impact and negative impact, that the pros and cons that it can have
Of gambling. Wow. Have you gambled before? Let me ask you that question.
Yeah, I've gambled a couple of times.
What did you bet on?
I bet on football majorly, usually.
You place bet on football?
Exactly.
On which platform?
On this short bet, Bet Naija.
You see, as you are shocked, so I am. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are flabbergasted, so I am. Christian brother is betting.
The first time I bet, I think I just finished secondary school at that time.
That was the first time you placed the bet?
Yes. And my friend told me about it and he said he lost. And I'm like, why would you guess football that we all know, and then you lose. So I told him,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I told him I'll show you. I'll show you. That the very first time that I play, that I'm going to win.
Okay.
So, and lo and behold, the very first day I followed them and I played, I won. I was like, I told you.
What did you do? What? How much did you win? How much did you place as your bet?
I think then I placed around 500 naira.
Oh, and then you won how much?
I won like 2 something or something like that.
Okay.
So it was like, okay, this thing is cool. I can be making money from here. Since
ladies and gentlemen, this man I find his first startup.
Like 2,000 something.
Okay. You played with how much?
500 naira.
This guy has find his first startup. Oh yeah, tell us the story of your first startup.
I'm like, well, maybe this is a great way to be making money since I'm very good at this thing. Of course, I have the backstory of people that I've heard that their life was ruined because they gambled and then they gambled all their life and then they sold all their house to gamble. So I have that at the back of my mind and I was like, I'm not going to fall into that ditch.
Okay.
So the next game I tried, this time I was full of confidence in myself and then I was like, okay, I want to use this money to make like 10,000 naira.
Beautiful.
And I got there. I placed the bet. Those time I didn't even have phone to do that. We used to go to a bet center. So I went to the bet center and then placed the bet again, and I lost.
Oh, how much did you lose this time?
I was regular. I was constant with my 500 naira.
Oh, your plan is you have a startup that invests 500 naira every day and then makes 2.5 or something.
Then the next week, just one that caught it. So I remember the story that my dad used. It's not just a story, like the things about gambler, how they go back to this thing, blah 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 blah.
To churches.
So I'm like, maybe I should put this to a pause. And I paused and I'm like, okay, let me stop doing this thing. And I think when I got to school again, I was like, okay, let me try this. And I tried it for a couple of times. It works, it doesn't work. Whenever I'm seeing that, it's like the money they gave me the earliest time is like they are taking it back.
Okay.
I'll put a pause to it.
Okay.
So that is my story. And now, what do I think about it generally? With my experience, I have not recorded a loss. If I should accumulate everything, but my experience is not enough. I know a lot of people. Have
you thoroughly articulate, as in compile all your wins and losses? Have you done that actually in actual sense? Like look all your wins and look at.
Yes, I am.
So how much profit are you? Do you know the exact number? That's what I'm talking about.
Profit that I am.
Yeah, now.
If I check everything.
Yeah.
Like around 50K or something.
In profit? You are certain that you have up to 50K in profit?
Yes.
Okay.
So, moving forward, I usually stop whenever I see that this thing is catching up on me. So I'm very aware of the numbers like that because like I said, I have the backstory that I don't want to fall into the same ditch.
Okay.
And there was I used to have some sense of guilt that what I'm doing is bad, blah, 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 blah. Then all of a sudden I'm like, it's a lie. Why is that? I check around a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things that I believe are right things and they are kind of some similar. I've put money on crypto. It's more like something like that because you don't even know the coin you are backing. I don't know
yet whether it's true or not.
And I
just saw that they say they CTI and then you put your money and then CTI your money.
So I put money on CTI and at the same time I lose this one. Even the record of this one is worse because I've made great loss.
So are you saying crypto, crypto trading is also a form of betting? It's all gambling.
To be frank, if we look at it in details, it's the same thing. It's similar thing. So you could say, okay, there are people that are using Bitcoin and then blah, 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 reason why it is. There are people that are playing football. They are spending money on players. They are investing on players, investing on pitch, investing on many things to ensure that their team win. So if you are saying you are reading analysis, you can also read the analysis with this one too. You can read the analysis that Madrid always win. Madrid always come back to win after they are losing. There are several analyses too if it's about analysis. So I'm like, it's now depend on you. I cannot see any logical reason that I would say it is bad. Now, it's more like I'm not giving you advice that you should go and be betting.
Not the financial. Not the financial advice.
It's not a financial. So what's your advice? What's your take? What's your stand?
My stand is that you should think for yourself and think if it is something that you can handle and make sure that the thing is people invest when it's not time to invest most of the time. So it is about investment generally. You don't have enough money. The money that you're supposed to use to go to school, maybe they give you school fees, you gamble it. And now you are saying that you cannot pay school fees, you are begging people around. So it's more like that. It's before you can invest, I believe it should be a money that you can give away.
Okay.
It's not a money that will kill you if you lose it.
Okay.
So more like that. For at least if you are going to invest in companies, of course there are some personal investments. Maybe I should draw a difference to it. Like you are buying clothes, you are buying bag, you are buying books to read and all of that. You are buying things that will help you create wealth.
Okay.
So I think that is kind of different.
Josh, right? I'm very interested in your opinion on this because I know you. You are a crypto apologist. I know you. I don't know whether I have better Nigeria or people I'll share bet before, but I want to know your opinion. Exactly. Are you agreeing with John analysis of the fact that everything is some form of betting, gambling, and co and co? In fact, he's investing in a company in betting.
Yes.
Oh, it's gambling too.
Because you don't know if it's going to fail. Like a lot of company fails.
So what do you think is in the DNA of betting, of gambling? Yeah, essentially, that makes it the same thing as investing.
So
or you don't think there's any difference? You just think any form of investing is a form of gambling. Think deeply about it, Josh. Let me hear you. What are you standing with? Are you John? Dance, are you of the same opinion that everything in life is betting? No. I will know your opinion, but let me hear from Josh. Let me hear from this guy before we go into that, right? And then we go out of all of this and look at the second one because you people, you are shocking me.
Okay.
Is everything gambling? You two, what do you think? What's your experience?
Okay, what's my opinion? My opinion is this, right? First, what's the alternative? You will say they say 60 million people bet in Nigeria.
Okay. I think it's the most popular data product or something.
After what's it called?
MTN
iTunes. After MTN iTunes, betting is the most data. But you see, when people create content like the one you did, it gives sound bites and it goes viral, right? But then the thing is that what's the alternative for people? Is it Zenith Bank that they are advertising to us that
to buy their shares?
We should buy their shares, this one, that one. And even before you can really invest on Bamboo,
or land banking. All these people are shouting land banking.
Before you can invest on Bamboo, you must have at least 5K before you can. And then many people bet as low as 100 naira. They bet as low as whatever amount. So really, when in economies like this, the chance that people really just want to try their luck, you get most of the time. So that's why you see that it's prevalent in Nigeria and like it's 18. That's like the reason. So when people just say you shouldn't bet, you shouldn't do this one, I think people should look more deeply into the case because how else can they try? Okay, you say they should start a company. CAC is 15K. You understand? To collect shop is how much? You understand? To even do that is quite expensive. And now the alternative they have is say 100 naira on whether Man U, Chelsea, this one, that one, and then they add it up. So really the ease of entry is one factor, right, that makes people bet. Now, should people bet or should they not bet? You see, I've tried my money on Tesla, right? I've tried my money on what else? Different stock. I've tried Nike too. I've tried what's it called? Nvidia. Which other company? Like Palantir, yeah. Palantir and Tesla made me the most return. I think Palantir is 35%. Tesla more than 50%.
Wow.
Right now. But then the thing is that tomorrow it is not guaranteed. Because I've seen a particular day, I've forgotten the news that broke out. The same Tesla that I said is at 50-something% now. It went down, almost at the price that I bought it. So it can even go lesser than that. So it's not like a guarantee. So even Warren Buffett, yeah, that many of us want to be like when we say we want to invest in, he considers investing as gambling.
Wow.
Like when people just buy stocks. So that's why he says what he does is that he's buying business. And so if Warren Buffett considers buying stock and all that by this thing, like he considers it gambling, even Warren Buffett. But the thing is that what he says is that he buys business. That he does because he buys low, sell cheap. I bought a stock low. As if the stock was minus 99%. Today, thank God it's small money that I put inside. It's minus 20%. So I don't know the habits that particular stock is going to. So it's like that. So if you tell Nigerians that okay, they shouldn't bet or they should bet. The point is that even what's it called? Exchange rate has devalued whatever stock, Nigerian stock they bought. So many of them are even maybe in loss right now. If they invested in Naira, because if you, let's say you invested how many years ago? You invested in Dangote or any other stock, say 15 years ago. Dollar then was maybe 100 naira. Now, $1 is 1,600. That's pure loss. And now, because it is that you are buying stock, it doesn't look like it's sporty. It's what else they call it? It's not. It doesn't look like it is better. It's not fanciful. You understand? So, to be frank, I feel like there is a lot of demonizing around the entire thing. And then you see, you can run Facebook ad. You can run Facebook ad and 0 naira that you make. A lady she sent me a screenshot which other day. She spent 15,000 naira on Instagram ad to get just one message. To get just one message. The only difference, the only real thing, the only one major thing that I picked from the video is that you can only make wealth off a momentous what was that
growth.
Momentous growth. So that's what I see as the only real thing. So if you cannot make wealth off momentous growth via stock that you buy, via what's it called that you buy, crypto that you buy, that one the chance is even slimmer with crypto. That you cannot make the chances are slim. That's one of the reasons why maybe they are less of they are not encouraged. They are not to be encouraged because the chance you won the first time, the next time you tried it, talker. You understand? It's lost. So that's the major thing. But then the interesting thing is that when I was checking research and co, I saw that Real Madrid did not lose one single match. They lost only one match last season. So if in theory, it would be like if you were should we interchange the word gambling or investing on Real Madrid last season? You were only going to lose once. But you see, it's Sakamaje because There are a lot of matches. Remember when we were doing that match for is it Man City or what was it for one time? And then you see that the matches that they will win, many of them they will be 1.2, 1 point. The odds of winning is very, very slim. So the house is not dumb. You understand? So for you to assume that you have a chance with the house is you are kidding yourself. Or else you are the house yourself. So you get. So that's why it's a really long shot. It's a long shot. So you can say, okay, learn how to run hard. Why are you learning how to run hard? So that you can have more predictable revenue. You understand? You can get better at this. Whether or not it looks like gambling, you can easily master it. But then what's the mastery?
No, but people bet into their learning go over 2.5.
Like mastery, like is
not
there a
mastering?
system? Is there a system? To be frank,
now?
if there's a system, if there's a working system, maybe you understand, it may be something viable. But then the problem going is that have you seen any system? And then I saw someone was criticizing him was cooking him on his. It's like he will win once in like 4 months. You understand? He will win once, although maybe he wins like 100 million. You get, but then if you 5k almost every now and then. They just paid you back maybe a portion of what you've actually put in.
How much you used to put into win your name?
Say the particular 100, sometimes maybe 100k. Sometimes it may be 5k. So I think this thing may
so
be
it's
long.
high risk, high reward. Right?
High risk, yeah, that's the point. High risk, high reward. That's the this thing. So the underlying difference, right? Like they were saying, everything is risk. It's not that simple. The point is that competence, knowing your onions, yeah, you see, and then knowing how to go about it is one major thing. So if you cannot have consistent results, even in business. That's why they say people pack out at the end of 5 years. The most important word in business is strive, isn't it? So when you're unable to generate that system, at the end of the day, even though there's no label that what you are doing is demonic, maybe like religion, we put gambling as, there's no label that will put it as maybe you're only gambling away your money, really, to be frank. So when you are not able to build,
when you are doing the same thing, your Twitter, you wanted to use Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you post one tiny 90-second video on YouTube, another 90-second video on Twitter and Facebook, and you thought all of that because you are just throwing shots up and down, you get customer. You are doing the same. You are still gambling with your business. So I think I agree with that. You are not necessarily working any system out.
Exactly, because if you notice your Facebook growth is the fact that you're able to get momentous growth, and then you're able to like grow it to 93k followers. That's why it made sense at the end of the day. You understand? Although there's inherent value of the fact that you put out a message every now and then, but then the fact that doing this produce this result. A lot of people have posted content consistently and then they've gotten results. It looks like a model for someone to follow. So really,
there are people that have posted consistently that did not get any traffic.
I posted a video on YouTube. In fact, I didn't want to post it. I just found it funny and then I posted it and then I got 1 million views on YouTube. You understand? I posted on YouTube. Content like that. They don't get, and so I was unable to get momentous growth. So will I be able to monetize that YouTube? No. You understand? So at the end of the day, my point is that the main thing is being able to figure out a consistent pattern. To be frank, if I'm able to figure out, let's say I'm able to figure out a consistent pattern with stocks now. If I tell you to bring money, you likely give it to me.
Of course,
if you've seen that, you likely give it to me. But the fact that it's not consistent,
you make money to.
So and then what I'm now seeing as a consistent pattern to it is when I add from you. I think you said something similar, and then Cosmos Maduka too said something similar like that. You really have to get your business working first. So when you have money from there, you cannot take out a money you can give away, then put it in a stock, and then that you believe, a company that you believe will grow. Like he put 5 million. He said he was supposed to put $10 million in MTN stock. They just said, well, it will pay me if 10 million go like that. So he now put $5 million in MTN when MTN just started in Nigeria. And it was crazy. The stock went gaga. You understand? It went crazy. So to be frank, so I think that is a model. It has worked for some other people have also attested.
The same thing. Mark Cuban did the same thing. Cashed out. You know, almost any. Yeah, but this guy Ryan Cohen of Chewy. The same thing. Cashed out $3.5 billion and started investing in other
that's
things.
like a model. So it makes sense. It's no longer like gambling. You get my point. It's no longer like gambling. So yeah. That's the wisdom I've seen from trying my hands on a lot of things. Now, you said, have I gambled before?
Have you?
Yes, I have. I gambled on Real Madrid and Bayern Leverkusen. I gambled on, and you know the crazy thing was that it was like arbitrage. You know, I'm a big fan of arbitrage many times. So I think they were winning Real Madrid. I can't remember whatever. They were winning Real Madrid, and then I put money on Real Madrid, and I think 5K became 25K. That was because they were already winning Real Madrid. You know, Real Madrid have pattern of coming back, and then that same thing. That was his pattern too with Bayern Leverkusen. It's surprising. So yeah.
So they came back and you won 25K.
I won.
Where do you place your bet?
Sporty bet.
Oh, you see, let me hear from the newest boy that is on set today. Godwin, have you bet before? What do you think about gambling? Are you supporting all this guy that did 1 hour analysis on gambling? How he has used all his life to study the patterns of gambling and how? Oh God.
Okay, so for me, I've not placed any bet before on any betting platform or
okay, you are the virgin.
Yeah. I think for me it's like more like the social stigma.
Okay.
I saw the social validation to attach to this.
So you are waiting on your parents' opinion. You are waiting on your parents' permission. Say, Mommy,
it's not just my parents.
Daddy, give me permission to.
They are like people that bad models for gambling and you see people that this person all his life coupon and he has not achieved one thing. No house, nothing, broken marriage, nothing to model after that is
So essentially that's why you are running.
So because of that, no, let me not be a bad example for.
Do you also agree with all these scholars about the fact that everything in life is gambling?
Yes, especially what Josh was saying. Yeah, concerning
okay,
gambling, concerning investing and
I don't know. That's why you should not be telling me
concerning investing. It's crazy. Earlier when we were talking about it, right? I was like, okay, you know what? Instead of gambling, do business. Yes, and then I saw the stats. Almost 80% of businesses fail within their first 5 years. So
exactly.
If you go with that zeal and momentum, I want to start business, I'm taking my life serious and all that stuff. What's the chances that in the next 5 years you succeed? So that's also gambling too.
I think the business thing is a slow burn, right? It's a slow burn. It's not like this, ash. Whatever.
And then just like when you do crypto or this, why you're able to lose your 100K in a short span of time was because there's leverage. You understand? There's leverage. If you bought CTI, regardless of how it's going, there will still be $1 out of your 100K or 100.
Yeah, that will still be there.
That will still be there. And then there's hope that if anything can happen, maybe it will come back. Rival will rise again.
Unrealized.
No, even this is unrealized sooner. Even if you use leverage, but maybe I on 10x.
But the 10x are born out of your account.
You are liquidated.
So here's the thing. Let me give you my take. Let me phrase my point. The reason why I said people should not gamble, if you notice, the next line is that I went into go over 2.5. I'm using gambling in the context of betting. I think there's a need for us to do that separation here. There's difference between gambling and betting. Almost everything in life is a form of gamble. We are gambling our life. The moment you enter into your car and say you are going somewhere, for me now, I've gambled my life over really, really crazy things. And it even amazes me. I've gambled my life over pussy. Let's start from there. And I believe we all have at certain level, you decided to remove the condom and sleep with that girl without whatever, you're gambling your life. Me that decided to take my car and drive all the way to Igbesa to meet one girl. I burned 20,000 naira for that day. And this is time where the fuel is still not, it's very cheap, under Buhari or so. And I burned 20,000 naira first, go and see one girl in Gondo or something like that, or Besa or something. I think it's Gondo. So, I'm gambling my life. I'm putting my life on. And I've traveled, fly to Abuja, fly to Loni, whatever, to go and be with a girl. Those are gambling. But essentially, I'm talking gambling in the context of betting, which is something that I later learned to separate in my other videos. So, essentially, if you are the type that betting with Niger bet, sure bet, it will just ruin your life. Just be sure. You see, then what will now be my stand about things like crypto? I think there's a betting side of crypto. It's what they call day trading. There's a betting side of stock. It's what they call day trading. You day trade. You tell yourself to petty trader. You trade on a daily basis. You are looking at the number up and down. You are not investing. I think the same Charles Maduke that you talk about, invested in a company, waited out, and then you cash out 14 billion or something like that. Yeah. So if you are now the type that say, let me quickly put 100,000. The weather is doing the weather on your own. If you come down, you come up, you come up, you come down. I'm going to cash money. That's what they call betting.
Enter God mode.
You are doing God mode. You are trying to control the market. You are trying to enforce your will on the market. It will not listen to you. So whether you are doing betting, and then the same thing, you can do the same thing with a girl. You can be investing, which is like, you see, all of things in life is about, you may say, what are we saying? What are we saying? Yeah, let me clarify. There's a reason why they call killing somebody that draw a gun at you self-defense. There's a reason why they say killing somebody because you mistakenly use your, unintentionally push them over the cliff of a house. They call that one involuntary manslaughter. There's a reason why they call killing somebody because of something, they call it second degree murder. There's a reason why they call killing somebody with an intent and whatever, murder. Capital murder, and that's capital. And there's a reason why all of this form of killing has different level of punishment. It's because in life, even the same action, you have sex with your wife, it's called sex. It's called intimacy. If you have sex with your neighbor, it's called fornication.
Adultery.
If you have sex with your daughter, it's called incest. So there's a reason why the same thing, the same activity, different label. One is criminal, one is righteous. In fact, it's required. They say you must have sex with your wife. Pastor preaches, everybody talk about it. If you decide to start having sex with your neighbor, they will say that one is fornication, and people will just, they will boo you. In some religion, you might face some consequences. But then, in most cases, it's just something that people will say you are not of high character and high moral. That's all. But when it comes to incest, the law is even against it. So the same activity, the same sex with the same pleasure, and then there's the reason why they call a sex with a child is with even when it's not your own. There's a reason why they call it pedophile. What's it called? They call it this crime, involuntary rape or something like that. Statutory rape. Yeah. So they are the same activity. So the same activity of gambling, like that we do when we travel, when we enter car, when we when we buy a camera, when we buy new lights, when we try to make content, when we try to grow our social media page, when we try to grow our business, the same gamble. This like I'm risking my business, I'm risking this. That is being welcomed. That is being government is sponsoring. Government fund small business every now and then. The same gambling, that same gambling becomes dangerous when you are doing it as a betting. When you are day trading it. That's, in fact, some people are hourly trading it. There's some people are second trading. When you are doing 10x, 20x, 100x, what are you trying to do to your money? No, think about it for a second. What are you trying to do with your money? When you are doing 100x, are you not trying to lose it?
Sorry for chipping. People kind of underrate how sport betting works, right? To win a large sum of money, you need to line up like 15 games or 20 games or 30 games, as the case may be. And for you to win that bet, you need every single prediction on each game to come true. The house needs just one game to fuck you up.
So let me give you a similar scenario in business. Let's say you have 15 startup idea. You now hire 15 tech engineers, to be building it for you. 15. You now hire 15 teams to build it for you. You need to take investor money. You pour it small in everything. What are you doing like that? No.
I think that's why you say, are you not overextending? Are we not overextending? Are we not?
What are you doing like that? That's why the fact that we welcome startup, we embrace startup. Then you, one entrepreneur, you decide to hire 15 teams and then be saying you are trying to build startup. 15. Because you want to what? Iterate the idea. Or what? Compare, construct. That's the problem. So there's the fact that when you do something, even of seeming good intent, when you do it too much, or you do it too little, or you do it in a way, it can be tantamount to a sort of a batting. So essentially, what I was preaching in that video is this form of gambling. It's a form where you are dating, you are trying to do go over 2.5. You are trying to, it won't take you anywhere. You need a form of thing that you, even when you lose, I've been in business for years. I've lost money. I'm not talking about the money I lost in crypto. Those are my foolishness. I'm talking about in business. I've tried to hire developers and hire designers. Even this month and last month, I still start 2 of my staff that I caught, trying to game the system, trying to pack money to their own personal account. I still have to terminate them. These are these are instances of we investing in people and losing. It's perfectly okay, and it is in the confine of our business, and it doesn't stomp the growth of our business. It doesn't stop us from showing forth, because we make it such that we can keep having momentous growth. We can keep rolling forward regardless of. So that's the point about that one. I think that's the major thing there, and obviously I'm shocked that I'm dealing with gamblers, because I've never bet before. No, I think I bet once before in that form of betting. And what I did is that I just wake up with one number in my head and I say, what can I do with this number? So I decided to take my 15 naira or something.
You did too sure.
So I went to this.
At the end of the day, you're all gamblers. You're all gamblers at a point in time in our lives.
I want to add something.
So I went to the whatever. I give them the 50 naira, and then mind you, I grow up with. If you know, to understand that what I did is not criminal like all these people, is that I grew up with some stepdads and co-dads and people that I grew up with, all the people, because I learned car mechanics for auto mechanic for 6 years, and I grew up with these people that always they always give me the numbers to go and bet, 5 direct, this one, do too sure, and they win enough time, they win 13,000, I remember sometimes they used to win. So I grew up with those people, and they used to even beg mad people on the street to give them number. Is that crazy? So, and that day I just woke up, with that, and I've always been like, what are the people trying to do with this gambling? So that's why I took the 15 and put it. And that's the first time and the last time I ever do that. In fact, when I give them the 15 now, I discover that I'm not expecting myself to win. And I honestly wish I would. There's a part of my mind, I remember that day, there's a part of my mind where I'm wishing that I should not win, so that this thing will not teach me a very bad thing. When I went there, they say the number did not come. I said, praise God. So that was my experience. You wanted to say something?
No, it's similar. I shall know. I'm not sure. Maybe we've eaten safe that day. But then, and then there's no hope for. I think we carried whatever we were selling. I can't remember whether it's on lolly or whatever. And then we took it out. And that day, I'm not sure we made money. It was a bad day, all those all those bad day. And then this man next to our house, Daddy Tunde or whatever, that's his name, is one Okada, the Achama, those people that drive motorcycle. And then he was making money. That's it. So he will be carrying this paper like this, all these too sure, direct, too direct, and that was what they were doing. And the crazy thing was that I think it was his show mode. He was making money in account. So 20 naira, I don't know where we saw the 20 naira. We agreed in the house that did that. This is our hope. So my mom was away actually.
So all of you become gamblers in your house.
We said 20 naira or something. So and me take it there. I don't even know how we manifested the number, blah blah blah. It didn't come. That's why I hated the idea of betting that time. So the crazy thing, apart from that, the next thing that happened was that same daddy today I was talking about. All the money that they were contributing as due in his what's it called, in his organization, he packed it and then he used it to gamble. That was the end of Solomon Grandi.
So those are so if there's
is one disadvantage of it.
If there's one thing you are going to learn before we move forward to the other topics in this video, is that don't gamble away your future. Don't bet away your future. You might not be able to recover from the downfall. You might fall into a ditch that you'll never be able to rise out of if you get carried away betting. So don't do it. It's better it's just like this thing about abstinence. It's better you don't have sex at all than you think when you start having sex, you'll be able to hold yourself. I've been there, I've done that. My back aches right now.
Before we proceed, before we move to the next agenda, your last submission is 100% perfect. I like it. There's this St. Lawrence student, a lady, a girl. Her mother was saving money in her account, almost 500k to 700k, and she said, okay, maybe somebody whispered it to her ears that, okay, why not carry over 1.5 and it will work. And the girl too, she went to bet with the old savings among capital, and she lost it. That lady committed suicide because she couldn't live with the outcome of her action. So be careful.
So, like I said, don't get carried away, betting your future away. So now the next thing on that video is binge-watching. I think that I was saying some of you can, sit down and watch one a day in a day. Some of you can, for disclaimer, I'm one of you. So congratulations. Because I remember that even right now, after this podcast, I'm hoping that Lisa B has been released or something like that. And I'm going to check it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any movie I want you to support, always support our own. There's nobody that is paying us on this podcast, for this, but always support our own. The story, they do a lot of work inside it. So, if you have a Netflix account, go and watch it. If you don't have a Netflix account, get one. And I'm not saying you should get somebody password. You can subscribe to one. How much is Netflix per month? Subscribe to one. Support the works that our creators are doing. Make them. And then if you have black market where you watch it, I will not comment. I honestly reserve my comment. But bottom line, binge-watching. I saw this movie and I still believe it's one of the best series of all time. Game of Thrones. So I think I binge-watched it for 3 days straight. And I think I saw Lucifer with the same tempo. There's this movie also that I saw almost with the same. Those who are about to die. I think I saw that over in a day or something, in a night or something. And people are shocked when they hear that I finish it. Although there's a lot of fast forwarding that happens with me. But now let's hear from the house. What do you think? Binge-watching. But generally, let me now put this before I give it to everybody. I'm not supporting you binge-watching all throughout your life, because some of you, the only thing you do is that you go to your 9 to 5 work, you come back from work, you do your basic chores of eating food, and then you watch movie till midnight, and then you sleep, and then you go back to 9 to 5, and then you watch movie till midnight. That's what you do. That's what I'm against, particularly. It's not the fact that you have a weekend that you are free, and then you try to enjoy yourself. In fact, sometimes I don't see myself enjoying myself with movie that much, because I'm constantly examining the extras, the theme, the storytelling, the pattern, the character development, the characterization, the innuendo, the metaphor, you see, the symbolism, the plots. I'm even checking whether it fits accuracy, context, and timing. I'm checking all of that when I'm looking at a movie because I'm a director too. I shoot videos like this. This takes some form of understanding cinematography. So basically, there's that mixed up with my own, right? So sometimes I check how to work just because I want to see the work. I will not sleep until I understand all the dynamics of the work. So sometimes we're not exactly the same. Especially if you are doing 9 to 5 and you are using movie as a form of escape pouch. That's what me I'm primarily against. But before I go ahead and I know somebody I need to call right next, which is this guy that is sitting right here. That my finger is pointing at, that is called John Wies. John Wies, what's your take on movie? Because this guy can watch movie for South Africa.
So
what?
my take on binge watching.
Yeah.
I think one of the things you have to put in place is your time. That is, how do you spend your day?
Okay.
So if you have a good way of spending your day, if you have patterned your days, like maybe you have structured it properly, then you will be able to know that does it make sense for me to binge watch? I think it's more like that. So if you have your day set up and maybe at the end of the day you have like, I don't know, how you set up your break time and your work time. And then you know that there's no way you have a functional time like that and then you'll be binge watching every day. So,
okay. So what you are saying is that don't watch movie at the expense of your productive time.
Exactly. And the thing is, for me personally, I cannot binge watch. I can watch things, but I cannot do it to binge watch. Like, say,
for those people that understand binge watch is this art of sitting down and watching a movie on a spray. You sit down, you take a whole, you decided to face the entire Netflix library and finish it. Mortal Kombat participant. Well done. Finish it. You take another series, you finish it. They say Jumanji 16th season. You finish it in one weekend. What happen? That's the point. Like, you sit down and you are like almost useless. You are not doing anything. You are just watching movie. So
I think I was watching this movie. This Denzel Washington movie, and okay, it was day before yesterday. I just realized that okay, I have not seen the ending because it was test, and I was like, okay, let me take a break, and I just forget that I was watching it. It was just day before yesterday. I remember that let me go and complete this tensioned last scene. And so I'm more like that. To say binge watch, I will get tiring to me. That I'll be like, okay, let's move on to the next thing. And then I'll move on to the next thing. So I think the major thing is how you structure your time. If you structure your time, you'll be able to know that you even see it. That is it realistic for you to be binge watching? So that's my take.
The next couples will be Dan Smith before this guy, because this one doesn't watch movie at all. This guy that's called Josh doesn't watch. Dan Smith, are you guilty of the offense laid before the court of rational dialogue?
I'm not guilty. I'm innocent.
Yeah, innocent. So give us your opinion.
The idea of binge watching.
It's like when you are binge. There's something like binge drinking, so something
yeah.
When you are drinking like
or binge eating, binge playing.
Binge is daily. Is that the word? Is that the meaning?
It's like
successive repetition of something.
It's like you consume it, like you submit yourself to it.
You want to buy data on Airtel or MTN, they say binge data.
Binge data.
Yes,
you consume that. Yeah, it's for you to consume fast. That's my mindset. And you notice those binge that used to have very limited expiring date.
Or 1 day.
So it's for you to like, that's it for binge data, for activity like that.
Okay.
For me, it's a two-way thing. For somebody that works majority of their time and they barely have time to catch up on some fun and say, oh, okay, I have this 2-3 hours or 2 to 4 hours. Why not? Let me just ease the tension and see something and entertain myself. And they get to watch maybe season 1 to 2 or season 1 to 3 in that 4-hour stretch. Those set of people, I have no issue against them. Because rationally, they kind of deserve it because they want to calm down and they want to cool their attention and have some fun, right?
You can cool down and calm down and have some tension relief with books. Read books.
You can binge read too. People binge read too.
Yes, that's okay. That's no. It's not okay if you are reading fiction. Don't think I don't know what you are trying to do there. Because if you are someone like Eze now, that's what she will be doing. She will be reading some gay fiction. And she will be saying that she's reading. And you will think she's... there's this thing I want parents. Any parent that is watching this, please pay attention to what your kids are reading. Very crucial. Because sometimes they will act as if they are these serious students. These serious, honest, born from heaven students that is studying the material being given to them. It's a lie. I've seen your sons and daughters reading gay books. Reading fiction, romance books, anime, nonsense scraps, and then you think that very intelligent that girl, and then you wonder why they are performing so bad in school. Is a teacher that is not? No, it's a lie. It's not the teacher. Your kid is reading absolute nonsense. I think she has she quitted them. I forced her to, even if she has not quitted. She's going to quit. She has quit in Jesus' name. No, she has quitted in reading nonsense. I don't know why a girl be interested in reading gay. Now, pay attention. Not lesbian, gay fiction.
Jesus.
Like, it's not even lesbian. So, gay fiction.
To what thing?
Just call a lot of choosing. Gay books, who are you?
Gay books, who are you? I am a chosen. So I'm with you.
So there are also some set of unserious people too that watch movies with their life. Like I met a girl in the camp, NYSC camp. This girl, I was just speaking with her, just trying to find out some stuff about her. And she was like, that she's at home, man. She can just sit down and watch season 1 to 4, season 1 to 6 movies at a stretch. Then I was sensing that this girl is not that serious with her life, because she was naming lists of Korean series she has seen, American movies. She was just naming them.
British.
So I was asking, okay,
British movies.
Why were you seeing this much of series and movies? Do you have any interest in being an actor or a writer or something? She said no, she likes it, she loves watching, and okay, that's it for you. But I think those set of people,
and I think one of the reasons why I hate people, I would not say I hate. I'm not a big fan of them. I dislike that. It's because I grew up in a very peculiar environment where I know of some brothers and uncles and all of that they will not have money for almost any other thing, but they have money for one small thing. They have money for fuel, to fuel the generator, and they have money for us to buy all those DVD copyrighted season film. Spartacus and those and Spartacus, Marlene. We will watch those movies till the generator of don't pay attention. Movies. Selection movies too. All these Jackie Chan series. That was when I wipe all the Jackie Chan movies. I wipe all those Jackie Chan movies with those brothers. They will on the gen, not because it's 12. They will not off it because it's 1. They will off it. The generator will off itself. Especially in this part of the world where there's no light. The generator have to off it. If light now come midnight, they will see on the TV again. By the time we are joining them the following, they will have be like 5 episodes ahead. Especially by the time we join them from school, when we come back from school. So they will have watched it midnight if there's light. They will have watched it while we are in school. And by the time we come back from, they will have be like 5 episodes. In fact, sometimes we were watching season 1 together, then off. They will have been in season 3 by the time we come back from school. And those brothers don't have life. I have family men too that they love movie. Hi. They will, after a day work like this, all they have to settle now is to watch. Nothing of practical value they are trying to get from. Just watch. A carry. A carry.
So I think the terrain of binge watching has gone far beyond just binge watching movies.
You know, that's just the point I was making earlier, which is like there are some things that you do that are just normal. Which is, if you watch a movie, you see a movie a day or something, you see whatever the other day, one weekend, it still makes sense. But you know, or you have a certain window of your life, because I believe in hibernation period where you are just free, but when you turn it, it's too much. Everything can be too much and become a crime and become a problem.
You know, like we do have a movie night every Wednesday before we service. You know, all those kind of maybe once a week stuff. Get together and see a movie. It's nice, right? But you doing this day by day, every day.
I know people that have watched all the 33 movies that were in what is it called? Infinity War, and what do they call them? MCVU unit. I became MCU universe. What did they call them?
GT has charged.
And I know people that have watched all the 33 movies that were in that. I don't even know. I know that there's Loki. Who is Loki? Who the hell is Loki? They still create story for Loki again. I don't want to know Loki. Even when I watch Infinity War, I don't understand it again because I don't know where the whole story started again. And you know the entire arc of the MCU universe. You want to become Spider-Man? Are you the next Andrew Garfield that is going to act Spider-Man?
So, like I was saying, the terrain of
I'm parrying.
the terrain of binge watching has gone far beyond just seeing series or movies. Like people binge watch TikToks and Facebook videos. At this present time, go on TikTok, see these guys, either Salo or DJ Chicken or Pella doing like you see thousands of people. Live following them to do this afaja, doing their
50k viewers one time.
50k viewers. You know, people will stay there in the night and just be watching their phone and be looking at those guys for 3 hours, 4 hours straight.
Especially you people that used to watch BB Ninja. What are you using your life to do?
Honestly.
No, answer the question. Answer the question in the comment section. What are you using your life to do? What are you watching? Some guys touching each other in one house, doing all this thing, doing all this thing. I don't even. Any hotel that I lodge and they have to be showing me instantly off the TV. What are you guys doing with your life? I hear you people used to binge watch TikTok and Facebook again.
There was a time I saw a screenshot on TikTok. President Trump was doing rally. At the same time, Pella was doing his own live. President Trump, guess the numbers. President Trump had 18k viewers. Why Pella had 31k?
Pella is one boy that doesn't have sense now. What is going on? Mr. Abala Mogulis. I even hear this guy after he finished Game of Thrones, he decided to go and be watching Vikings.
No, I've not watched Game of Thrones, so funny enough.
Oh, you have not watched
I'm not this kind of person that goes for very popular movies.
So
like
you see your problem now. You see where your problem now started. Movies like Game of Thrones have complete arc of storytelling. They have character development. They have huge play on the terrain of what it means to be literal, you know, for something to be artistic. You do not watch that one. So what do you watching?
Okay, so the only movie I can say that I have binge watched recently was Vikings because it was just interesting. I just had to sit down on a go.
So now have you become one of the Vikings?
So the director, don't put me in trouble now.
Have you become one of the Vikings now? Are you back crying now?
It's just a movie that I watched, but then.
Is he Lothbrok or what was that guy's name?
Ragnar Lothbrok.
Ragnar.
But for me, it's not just movie that I binge. I play games so a lot, like video games, football, COD, Call of Duty, and the rest. So can sit down for a long time. So we think you have work. You're pressing your food. So
you see parents, you see another thing. This one thing she has by playing Game of Thrones.
But director, there's an upside to it too because
what's the upside to it?
No, a lot of billionaires I know they love games, a lot of video games. So Elon Musk, for example, plays a lot of video games.
So you in your mind
anytime I play, I'm like, this is what Elon Musk was doing.
In your mind of mine, you thought if Elon Musk love playing games, you thought if he's playing game like you are doing at his age, when he was your age, do you think that was what Elon Musk was doing? Step one. Then if he was doing that,
He was building game.
he was building games. And if he was even doing that, do you think is this useless? No. To be frank, now ask people. These are even before I started talking about it, I said I'm give blah blah. But then the other day, I remember John was saying, let him say for himself that what's his opinion about the fact that I watch movie and I'm still more productive than most people. What's your particular opinion about it?
Yeah, I think I was saying that at those time you would dish out features that even me that I'm working on it I've not done, and then in the middle of the so-called binge watching, it has delivered features, different features. So I usually wonder. So if you now say because of you have heard Elon Jobs said, and now you want to be watching at the pace of Elon Jobs. God will help you.
There are things like that. I can binge code too. So you can't tell me you can binge, and I can binge read. You can leave me with this library and I'll finish it in 1 week. So you now have it. You cannot retain just that thing that we used to say. You cannot retain the energy. Yeah, you cannot keep the same energy. When it comes to work, you cannot keep the same energy. When it comes to reading, you cannot keep the same energy. But you can quit. Elon Musk. Do you know when Elon Musk has finished a whole library? Do you know when he was required to have finished an entire library that he doesn't know what to read again? He's already reading encyclopedias. And you are here. How many libraries have you finished in your life? Let's start from there. Have you even finished library that is inside this building?
Right, I just came now.
Let's start. You just came and you are playing
I
games.
just arrived.
So, Josh, what's your opinion? I know that you are the worst of critics. Because you really watch anything.
I think I was checking my Facebook memories and I saw one quotable quote that I put years ago. I said, you will sit down and watch this one that you're even saying 3 hours. I mean, how many seasons of movies? In the most way, they shocked me. That we watch 3 hours long movie. Are you starting the next episode? So I think words like that, they've shaped me in a way that it's very hard for me to really sit down and watch movie like that. The fact that, and then the bad side, the downside to it is that I was well over 25, 26 years old before I watched Titanic. Can you imagine?
Step one. What about
I watched Titanic? And when I
one
watched
of the
Titanic,
greatest
I was
movies of
not
all time,
wondering
Lord of the Rings?
I've not even watched that one. So I was wondering Jesus, what did I use all my life to do that I've not watched Titanic? Like,
You want to start in the next Titanic.
That was the feeling.
So now let me give you this for free. It's very important for you to be. There are movies that are conversation of the decade. There are movies that are conversation of the century. Those are the kind of movies you don't want to lose track of. One of it is, I believe, Game of Thrones is at least conversation of 2-3 decades, right? So Game of Thrones should be on your list. You should have seen it. And then I think Lord of the Rings is the conversation of the century. Forget that one. Till 2050, we are still talking about Lord of the Rings being an amazing storyline, being whatever. So you should check that one out too. Just the same way you talk about Titanic. These are like epoch, era, defining kind of movie.
So, like, I actually agree that it's really necessary.
Have you seen Alani Pomaleku?
I think I like this movie. Is it Focus? What's it called? So
Yeah.
I really love to watch movie. If I'm around people that we can watch it together. But say I will now sit down and be watching. I like how we get distracted really. So, but that's like you see this game thing. The game thing. Yeah, I think low-key, I kind of think people should play the hell out of game so that they will see how useless their life is to stop game. I believe people should like have that therapy so that you play games. So you believe that if you don't play game again in your life,
You are done.
You are good. That's how much I played Dream League. This was my playmate that time. When you do lorry, when we give us tab, we give us tab like this, and tab has this white screen. Then we start playing how we travel. It's travel because I will go as far from Okyodo
Under the house
to Saram. Travel to this guy's house. We play, beat him small, beat him. After he's beating me more than me, I've beat him. I will now wait. If I beat him like this, bam! I will now say, I don't play again. I'm going to. And that would be like, if you check the time, it would be like, we started playing from like 11. Right? We started playing from 11 in the morning. And this time that I'm saying I'm going, it will be like 9. In the night. See, that's what we are doing. Like, I used to wonder, wait, how are we able to like charge and have that long battery? I can't figure out. But I know we play like extensively.
No. We used to go to this, there's this man that used to do, the house printing machine. We used to go there to charge and plug and continue our games.
Imagine so how much of those time we invested in our life, in our career.
Imagine that you
to
use
make
those
money.
time to learn
Because
skills
when I stopped that, I think the next year, not immediately, but the next year, I was able to start.
You didn't stop that. They stole your tab. You lost your tab.
Before losing my size, actually stopped it. I think there was a point before tab went up. There was a point that I even stopped arguing politics. Have you forgotten that moment that I turned to person when they argue politics, roadside, the analysis that least surprised, like I became born again for money. So that was that. I got serious in my life. I think the next semester I started selling Egg Republic. I started running Egg Republic. Almost same amount of time. You see this guy's house that I will go and carry egg puts. You understand? So almost same hour, same pattern, same everything. I channeled it into something else, and it was really great.
The people that have the tendency to binge watch, they have something in them that they could have channeled to something more
I was about to even say that.
because I'm one of you, and I know if I channel my energy into building a product, I can finish it in 2 days, and you'll be shocked. It's the same mindset, the same way that I will not close my eyes until I get it done. If you can make something that exciting that you're about your life, you can make a thing, you can figure out one thing that is that exciting about you will be able to do it with the same energy, with the same curiosity, with the same, if you can, I notice I love to microanalyze movie and look at all the mistake they did, all the extra, all the things they miss out. The same thing I do with life, with business, with move people and all of that. So you can translate those energy into those places. Right? You can.
Yeah.
You definitely can. So I'm not saying you should not watch movie. I'm not saying it shouldn't be part of your routine. I'm not saying you should not. But don't let it be the thing at the center of your life that will make you not succeed. That will take you off the table. When other people are crushing it, you are there, you are watching movies. Look at it now. Set up light, set up camera, and we're having conversation. We are dedicating these hours to have a dialogue, to make this conversation happen on camera. And it's not easy. There's a lot of editing that's going to go into that in order to deliver it. So there's a lot that you need to put into anything that you make work. That's why you need that time. So when you are saying don't watch movies, it's not because some people will say, I've not started business I wanted to start. The reason why I've not started business you wanted to start is because you are using all the time you're supposed to think about it, start it, to watch movie. And I think the same thing happens to people that drinks. It's the same thing that happens with people that drink. You use drinking as an excuse to run away from your real life. People use movie to as an excuse to run away from their real life. And I don't want that person to be you. Now, let's go to the next thing. I think next is what?
No, that's the last one.
I think alcohol is
it's junk eating and drinking.
Yeah, I think after
binge watching is junk eating. You spend all your salary on Pepsi and all this.
Okay, it's not even alcohol.
Not for alcohol, just eating junks generally.
Okay.
So now we are in the third point, which is what?
Eating, drinking,
junk
eating. I think this is. I don't know. There's a part where people say you are fasting, that you are not eating, that it can become a problem. I think that there's that part. But I think there are research that show that intermittent fasting is even good for your health. Now, all these people that we say, I'm a foodie Barbie on Facebook, foodie Barbie on Instagram, they'll come to their boyfriend and they'll finish all the food there. They will say they are foodie.
If I catch you in my house.
You will eat, your mouth will not stop. Josh.
I think when we start having fine word to define
An idea.
things,
It's a bad thing.
a bad thing, people will lose their brain.
You know, I heard recently that all these gens, they believe that it's somebody they want to cheat with is called slinky link.
Sneakily, when you're able to
Put all those nice.
It becomes cool to do evil stupid.
You know, so even when I'm asking you, you are cheating on me. No, it's my sneakiness. You know, you see that it sounded nice.
They're gonna kill you there.
So now, you know, all these people that are
So foodie, you say you are a foodie. You understand? So I think there's one that say someone that spends anyhow. You say you have impulsive. What was that?
impulsive spending.
Is he spontaneous spending?
Impulsive.
He's impulsive spender. I'm an impulsive spender.
Another
and
nice
then use
one.
that
I
to
feel like it's a flex.
It feels like a
I'm
flex.
very impulsive. I'm a very impulsive buyer. I buy things that I end up discovering I don't need. You know.
You know, some people.
No. You know what's? I'm just like that. Thunder, I want to fire this.
There's
guy.
a girl say on my Instagram that she can say she eats a lot because she's a Libra. As in, I've not seen anything that girl cannot justify on the fact that she's a Libra. I got the one that say, I don't be Libra. I think there's one more useless one that she said one time that you just want to like.
He's a Libra. Do you understand the zodiac sign? He's talking about
Zodiac, and I'm not talking about Libra. No.
No.
I'm talking about say you are born in October, end of September to October.
She's a Libra.
She's a Libra.
Real Libra.
I don't even know.
That's me. What's your opinion about the people that think, you know, their mouth is a open heaven. It's receiving gifts of all nature. You know, and then we talk about the people that alcohol, they cannot do without drink. They cannot do with Pepsi, Coke. All those ones. I don't know. I finally find the reason why Pepsi and Coke are selling billions of bottles per day. There are some people that have become addicted to Coke and Pepsi. There's one girl I was talking to on WhatsApp, and she said she doesn't drink. I don't smoke, I don't drink, but I love energy drinks. I like Pepsi. How many bottles per day? Like 2, 3. What? I can't hear you. I can't hear you speaking loud. 2, 3 bottles per day. What happened? Where did you lose your energy? Where did your energy go? Where did it went? Where went it your energy? What happened? So
Can we classify Monster as junks?
This
Monster
is an
energy.
energy drink, and some people drink like 2 per day. They will drink one almost in the afternoon. They drink one towards the night.
Remember there was a time I used to take it like mad. That was in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Always daily because I want to stay active for the day through the night, for the day through the night. What really stopped me from taking Monster was, I think I wanted to open the Monster one time like this, and I opened it. It was chilled, and it dropped on the table, and I didn't clean it. So after like 1 hour or 2 hours, I went back to that spot and I saw that Monster, it has formed like a gum on the table. I was like, how is this possible? This is the Monster. This is the drink I used to take. Then I made some research and I find out that Monster contains a whole lot of sugar. Even more than Coke and Fanta and other drinks.
No, what were you expecting? They call something energy drink. What were you expecting?
That was the point I said, okay, let me stop this before this thing give me one sickness I don't like. That's it. While in school, I had this roommate. He loved junks. He loves bread, Coke, meat pie, egg roll, Fanta. That's what he is, right? It's not as if he doesn't have food stuff. Like they will send food stuff for him from Kaduna. He also has one mommy that sends food stuff for him from Ibadan to Ilorin. Me, I don't like, even if I like junks, I don't have the money to
Buy junks.
So I settled for, okay, getting food stuff in bulk then.
Mm-hmm.
So this my guy, he doesn't like cooking. He despises cooking a lot. but he loves junks. Me, I'll not count down for him. Whenever he has spent almost all his money on junks.
On junks.
You now come and meet me that guy Alpha. Money don't finish you. And will I buy this is food stuff? All his food stuff. And then I'll not buy it at a discounted price. I'll not buy it at a discounted price because I know you won't use it at the end of the day. You will likely dash it away or it will waste. But this guy loves Jones. Now, the downside of it is he started having some sickness related to sugar and related to not eating a lot. Now you're having ulcer. Because how will you be taking bread and Coke or Coke and egg roll for a whole day? And it was a cycle for him. And at the end of the day, I think he saw some sense in the advice that you stop the junks and start eating good food. And we saw the difference between them. So mind the way you eat junks. I don't eat it. I'm not a fan of it. And if you take Monster, if you want to take Monster, I'm not trying to demarket their product, but a lot of heart issues has been traced to taking all those energy drinks. Monster, what is that one? Fearless.
Some kids, some stupid kids, they wanted to give me gift. Go and buy a pack of Fearless. I just keep it in my own. If the visitor come around that loves, you can take it. You take it one by one. You people that like it like that. You know, it's not my fault. It's you that say you like it too. You know, because I don't understand what those kids are expecting me to be doing, to be putting Fearless in my body. I don't understand.
So that's it. Some people are kind of addicted to all those energy that without it they can't function. You can't do nothing. They can't go to work. They need to take 1 or 2 bottles of energy drinks to function well. Mind it, your health is wealth.
That's a risk. Your health is a risk. But then John, you likes all this Coke, Fanta. Which one do you like? Is it Coke, Pepsi, or Fanta?
All of them.
Drinks.
Sprite, blah,
Okay,
blah, blah.
he likes drinks. He's a drinks guy. And another thing, he likes snacks.
So I think I'm very susceptible to binge eating or eating junks, actually. And I think there was a time that I drink at least a bottle of what do we call these things? Maybe Sprite or something, soft drink a day. Like I was regular like that, at least.
You are one of the regular.
But one thing I have seen is that, because one thing about me is that I cannot eat voluminous. Like I cannot eat at a particular time a very large sum of food.
Portion of food.
So I find it easy to just stroll in, eat something, stroll out, eat another thing.
And the reason why you are thin, that's what I'm looking forward to understand in this conversation. Go ahead.
So I'm like that. So I feel it is very comfortable for me to just see donut and eat but the point is, maybe you should find a way to make it less possible for you to eat, for you to find. Because if I don't find it, it's not like I have that drive to be now looking for it. And now if it is not in my vicinity, why would I be stressing myself for? So it's not like
For me, I love me chicken pie, and I can send people as far back Iworo to go and get me chicken pie. What are you talking about?
But do you do that every day?
Who the hell dare to do that?
So it's more like, if compared to when you have it in front of you every day. Like maybe somebody is doing it as a market around us, and then you have to smell the aroma every day. You know, it's a different vibe from you have to make an active decision to send someone to go and purchase. So it's more like that. So I barely drink soft drinks, really. I can count how many times I've drank it even this year. It's not frequent.
So you have repented.
For instance, this week I have not tasted any soft drink, at least. So the thing is, it is damaging. At the end of the day.
Yeah, especially if you're a guy, it can affect your sexual performance. Take that from me as a fact. You know.
And all this,
too much sugar in your system.
I mean, I don't know my own problems, because at those times that I used to take all this soft drink, I know fat. Now so I be this way. I don't know. But I know a lot of people that it is their cause of obesity.
Yeah.
So
That's also true. And obesity can lead to your quick death. So, but Josh, you are the chief whip of these people in this subject matter. I remember you like Fanta like the back of your hand.
You see, some things, is situation that causes.
Exactly.
You know, and the thing was that I was at a point in my life whereby, you know, that time I think to eat bread and beans within 100 naira, you are good. Sure you get. So I think that is the only thing. If I have money, I'll be able to eat it in school then. And the day I don't have it, if someone buys maybe chin or be anything, I can eat it and then I try to be. But if I have that one, I'll try. But you see, the only savior that time, at least that will make me feel like I chop something is if I take Fanta. It was Fanta that was my favorite at that time. If I take Fanta, my head will go calm down. Like,
with set.
At least that was like my my place of solace that time. To be frank, I bet there's when I escaped that entire
Poverty
stricken formula to feeling good. It was no longer a thing. You notice that when we started making money, really, it wasn't. I wasn't this Fanta.
Yes, I think it is situation too. Because for me too, all these Fanta, this thing, they are just like water that they add something to. It's not. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't have the drive to go and be buying something like. It's like, what the hell are we drinking?
And you know the crazy thing about the time that I was drinking Fanta every day, I was not fat. As my head was very slim. The moment I stopped it, I think, okay, was it egg or something that I was eating? That I will fry egg at home because I was trying not to waste my, I was selling Egg Republic that time. So you see all our waste product. I read something that time, what was it? I saw it somewhere that there was some people that they when they make all these plywood and the waste products, they will sell it as something. They will sell it as. So my own, I was like, well, this one it has broken. The egg has broken. You know it's lost. So I'll just fry it, my bread. It is. Boom, I started getting fat. You understand? So and I was like cooking it at home. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Look at what we got. Look at what we got.
If I show you before and after, you would not believe it.
Look at what, there's this woman when I was growing up, right? I have a very particular story. Mommy Samad or something like that.
Yeah.
She loves that time Pepsi Orobo just came out. Oh God. So she shifted from Coke Orobo to Pepsi Orobo because she liked the Orobo Pepsi. So at the point, our doctor now gave her the advice that, oh my God, that this woman, stop drinking Pepsi. If you cannot stop, mix it with water. She tried it for 2 days to mix it with water. It doesn't go. So what she will now do is that she will buy one bottle of water. She will buy Pepsi. She will drink Pepsi. She will put water.
Oh my God.
We now ask mommy, what are you doing? She said she's mixing it. That the two of them will mix in their tummy. That she cannot sacrifice the good taste of Pepsi by mixing it with water. That she has to do it first. Then when she do it, you mix it with water so that the water will go and mix in her belly. It can be that crazy. So one of the things I would say, if you need professional help, go and get it. If you need medical, anything you need to do, don't kill yourself early. There's diabetes is real. All these other sicknesses, there are plenty of them that can be food. That are food related, that food cause. In fact, if you are eating flat food and all this junk and cool, they can block your arteries and then it leads to heart attack and a lot of. There's so much in that department. What's your experience with food?
So the thing is that in school, because of the limited resources and everything,
sure.
Junk is like the quickest results. You know, when it comes to
I can see your cheek.
a quick meal, just something to just get quickly and put in your mouth and go about your life, right? But then,
Me too, I used to use engineering bug at that time.
It's better than Akara.
yeah, but I think as I started to
Who
like,
Who asked engineering burger? Josh, engineering burger. Leave it like that. My fellow Uniloris will understand. Uniloris alumni, engineering burger.
well, I think as I started to mature, right, I started like really going out to get good food. But although I'm still a big fan of bread in the morning, bread in the afternoon, bread in the
That's not good for you.
My mom has a problem with me and bread. And Jesus, that woman doesn't want to see
It's
me
not
bread.
healthy. It's not
I
healthy.
know. And I'm trying to like cut on that, especially in the night. After eating everything, just get 500 bread. Yeah.
It's not healthy. This is the last.
Sorry, before we proceed to the next. See this guy. While we were in school,
Okay.
there's this guy. There's this guy. He employed this guy as a financial advisor.
I remember.
See what this guy will do. Whenever this guy has money, this guy makes sure he eats quality food. Like maybe somebody sent him 20k. This guy will make sure he eats semo and vegetable soup with correct meat and everything. He wouldn't mind to beg for money the next day, but he just want to eat quality food for that day.
You guys
Said
are there borrowing money for financial advice.
The point is,
You are the Donald Trump of his career.
I just read that Donald Trump was the financial advisor to Mike Tyson. I didn't later read that Mike Tyson went bankrupt. Donald Trump went bankrupt. What times?
the guy is living in the moment.
Oh God. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about salary. Salary is the drug they give you to forget your. Is that true? Dance me, is that true? Don't talk here. Have you collected any salary before? What's your problem? Is that true?
it depends on the kind of lens you want to view it from.
Oh, the amount of. I thought you were saying it's depending on the amount of salary.
50 million lens.
That was an argument in the comment section. I don't know.
Like I've come to realize that not everybody can be entrepreneur.
Definitely.
Not everybody can start a business or own a business. Like we need some people to be doctors, to be earning salary.
Yeah, they can have that stable income so that they can focus on actually delivering great service.
Exactly. So that's just my
like
view on it.
the Nigerian police for us. There's no being entrepreneurial about Nigerian police or being Nigerian army. So you want them to be collecting commission for every kidnapper that they arrest or every
criminal that they key.
Yeah. So I get that. My concern is that salary is the drug they give you to forget your dream. And then I go on to talk about you cannot bank on it as the only source of income. It's just like, you can also say salary is the meal they give you to forget your dream. But it's like these conflicts. That it's like this. What's the other thing that we used to drink? Golden More. It's not. The Bible even says in Romans 10:10 or something like that. I said that milk are for children, meat are for the adult in spirit. So there's something like that about. That's my own particular point. My point of reference is about the fact that you cannot bank just on your salary and then you suck it up. Right? Have you forgotten your dream for financial freedom? Have you forgotten? And then the reason why I believe you are forgetting your dream is that you are forgetting that your salary, even while you are collecting, is not enough to buy 2 bags of rice. And now you are not working towards your dream of having enough money to raise your kid, to have a home or to retire early or to all of those things. So your dream can still work even while you are having salary. That's my fundamental belief. That your dream can still work when you are, but you cannot allow you taking salary as a drug that will make you forget it. As this appetizer that will not make you forget the main course. You want to say something?
Yeah, I saw a content on Instagram a couple of days ago. This woman has worked with this company for 35 years. Like, she was at the point of retiring. So they came to present her, they came to give her this thing. What was it, safe? Flower and a note thanking her for the service.
For years of
service. So after the whole celebration, and they give her some money too. Somebody was now interviewing that lady, and I said, okay, how much can you quantify how much you've earned from this company? And she was like, that they tried, that they were adding to her salary every 5 years, blah blah blah. So the person interviewing us asked her that, does she have any form of regret of staying that long with the company? She said no, that she was able to keep her expenses floating, house rent, NEPA bill, power bill. She was able to sort out her bill at the end of the day. But all those money, she was living paycheck to paycheck, and she couldn't do something outside the paycheck. She said her only regret was she didn't try her hands in starting her own business on time. So that's also, if people get stuck because they have bills to pay, they have things to sort out, they have students to pay their school fees. They want that security, they want that sure payment every month to sort out those bills.
So for me, I think even if you are what's that? Is it Jimmy Agbaje or something? That guy that works at DTCO. That CEO of DTCO or something, and he's taking some 500 million a year or something. Even if you are the CEO of that company, what I'm expecting is that you are going to invest your money in certain shares, in certain companies, or you use it to build a certain business or info, so that your salary is not the only source. So when tomorrow there's a storm yard at DCB, there's something is going on, one controver something, they sack you. You have solid investment. You don't need to rush to another bank that will hire you. You don't need to be begging another bank to hire you. Basically, you understand. You have a strong finance. You are not banking on. You don't need to come down on your lifestyle. You already have fully invested. So I think no matter the amount of the salary, you still need to invest it away. You still need to diversify your profit. You still need to put those money in other things. That's why, even right now, working as a CEO of a company doesn't mean that we don't take salary in some sort. In fact, at the end of it, we get to what's it called? Equity reward, What do you call it? We get dividends, we get shares,
Sweat equity.
And now we got 12 equity and all of that. But basically, we still get salary. We get a certain amount we receive every month, even as CEOs of our own company. But then, taking those money and putting it somewhere else, that's my point. Like, you can't bank only on your salary. Josh have a different opinion, or you want to buttress on that?
That statement is coming from coming from an egoistic point of view, really. Like, it's often a cliche, a maxim that people from the entrepreneurship community use most time to really rubbish
people that
take salary, really. To be frank, you've provided context, and it really makes a lot of sense, right? But then when you see that maxim really out there, that's what they...
I think that's what most people think I was trying to communicate.
That's the agenda that it's really solving for. This.
And I don't even think the people that are in entrepreneurship ecosystem are trying to use it like that. What the people I think that are trying to use it are the people that are in affiliate marketing space. I think so.
This guy.
Because if you're an entrepreneur, you need people that want to take salary.
This guy.
But I think it's people that are in affiliate marketing space.
Kevin Oled. You will say it and all of that. But then, you see, this is what I've noticed from all of that.
Kevin Oled should be an affiliate marketer. I know I used to say
it. He used to say that the clinical, blah, blah, blah. And then he has a story to actually back that up because, experience, he's saying he's the worst teacher.
Yes, exactly.
Because he said he was working somewhere
and then he said he has one girl. Because of one girl, he cannot score before.
So you can really tell whether that maxim is really profound from the places that it's stemming from. But the issue I actually have with it is that, you see, a lot of people that earn salary, we have better retirement than the entrepreneur that have not been able to figure out a consistent model of they've not been able to build a money-making machine. Don't forget, 9 out of 10 startup fail
in the first place.
in the first place. So 9 out of 10 startup play. So and for example, in Nigeria now, they said
80% of business.
less than 5% of Nigerians have 500k in their bank account. So all those people that are saying they are doing startup, they are doing business, what are they running? So you see that people are just wasting their time calling themselves entrepreneur. Because I see one of my friends, his dad is retiring, and cool. And at the end of the day, I see the fact that they are going to pay him pension. You understand? They are going to pay him pension. Like now, and I internalize it. Okay, my dad is an entrepreneur. There's nothing like pension. Do you get the point? There's nothing like pension. So really, and then pension is more like an insurance, low-key, an insurance for your old age. By that time, you won't be able to walk, and then by then this should fend for you, quote unquote. Whether inflation has eaten it up or whatever. You can argue whatever. Okay, now give me the alternative for supposed entrepreneurs. They don't have it. You understand? Even in US, they will say, okay, 401k, Roth IRA. At the end of the day, right? If you earn consistent salary, the reason why I'm not buying that bullshit, that argument is really the fact that for people that actually earn salary, consistent income, in your business, you are trying to have a money machine. That's your goal now. You want to have that's giving you consistent. It can spike up, but then it doesn't go below this certain amount. That's exactly what you are doing. And some even have it written in contracts. You see, Boniface is collecting $32,000 every week as a player in Bayern Leverkusen. Cristiano Ronaldo is collecting $200 million euro every year at Al-Nassr. You get the point, and it's actually
the new CEO of Starbucks, the guy that just moved in, got a private jet.
That came from Chipotle.
Yeah, got a private jet, got a housing, and it's structured to collect maybe like $30 million or $50 million a year or something.
Do you see that?
One bastard money.
Crazy ton shit of money. So, and then you see, if you just put that, and then he puts it in Treasury B, US Treasury B. That gives 4% every year. It's good to go. Yeah, with that $30 million, it's good to go. So all these ideas that this one, that one is the game that they give you to forget your dream. It's the wisdom there. Is what he has just highlighted. But from the literal sense, it's just cliche. It's just
a viral. It's
best. It's not something. It's not something. I want my point is that entrepreneurs should really focus on ensuring that you, in every situation, you don't lose. That at the end of the day, what you want to build out of your business is a money-making machine, regardless of the economy situation.
That's the reason why we are buying calendar and then noting that
everybody's renewing. Like you want to build a retainer into your business first of all, and then you want to ensure that and
I think that's one of the reasons why many people that goes into real estate, they are going to end up looking poor at the end of the day.
They may be showing at the point,
and then later on
showing as in they may be looking like they are eating a bee at the point, but
because they are selling all the land and nobody's paying them anything.
At the end of the day, they are not owning anything really. At the end of the day, so unlike people like T-Pompey that are actually building an entire estate that people come and rent, sort of. You understand? So to be frank, right? You want to build, even as a business owner or whatever you are doing, you want to have a consistent flow of income at the end of the day, and
consistent and recurring.
Consistent and recurring. And apart from that, you want to ensure that even an amount that you set out, you want to put it in an already in a ready-made system. You understand, that gives you maybe 10% every year. For example, Nigerian government is
they have treasury bond.
And they are giving one of the highest in the world, almost 11% return annually on your money. On dollar, you put dollar and then they will give you on your dollar because they need more money, they need more funding to actually fund some road projects and all of that. And that's the fate in Nigerian government. Nigerian government will have to crumble before that treasury bond will not be honored.
No.
So
Yeah.
those are actual awesome way to persist your way to make sure return that you are not gambling.
Exactly.
We've talked about. So forget it. Forget it.
This is why I decided to say let's decompose this content so that because many contexts like this are what people are going to miss, which is the fact that me using the line that hey, salary is the door they give you to forget your dream. It's just a lie to get your attention to the fact that you need to diversify your income. You need to put your money somewhere else. You can't just be taking salary and not put your money somewhere. You need that. It's essential you do that. It's essential you are not penny wise and clinical foolish.
Pound foolish.
And pound foolish. You are not penny wise and pound foolish. You put your money where your mouth is. You take your money from your salary, take a percentage and put it. And then another thing is that if you are in any company, any industry where you have to live paycheck to paycheck. Let me give you an example. You are a teacher and they are paying you 35k a month. They are paying 55k a month. They are paying you even 100k or 150k a month. You don't have future. That's just the truth. No matter how you know how to manage money, how much do you plan to spend per day? I know the price of rice. I know the price of beans. I know how much we buy spark. Do buy pepper now. If you are not going to at least eat good food. Let's start from there. Not talk of your 150k now, not even buy 2 bags of rice successfully. Let's start from there. So you can see your problem now in blue, black, yellow color. You have to be in a space where you have enough income. Let's start from there. The salary must even be 18 so that you not become a drug that they give you for you not to even have dream at all. So number one, that's the point. Your salary must worth 18. I was in a group on WhatsApp and they are posting that they need a Flutter developer. And what was the price point? 200,000. They say they need 2. I said 200,000 for Flutter developer. Let us break it down. 1 bag of rice, 80,000. It means 120. Transportation or no transport? Is it remote? Will that guy buy data or not? The rate at which data is going on in home these days. These days when we subscribe our 1 terabyte that's supposed to last a couple of days or 1 month, the thing will not even reach 1 week now or so, or 2 is the thing has finished. They are asking us to renew again. So bottom line, first and foremost, ensure that the salary is worth it. Number 2 is that whether it's worth it or not, you must have a way you extract value out of your salary and put it in a value system that can generate more for you. Invest it in business. Invest it in courses that you are going to gain skills so that you can get into a better job. Invest it in opportunities where you can be able to meet people, connect with people. And, I watched this video by Ty Lopez and he said, you are 1 room away from the next big thing that's going to happen in your life. That if you have seen anybody that becomes super successful, they were in a room and they meet one person and that person opened the door for them. That's why we believe in the master of, it is not about how, it's about who. Who are you meeting up with? You need more opportunity in your life. If your salary will not allow you to extract enough that you can save and invest. Am I making sense to somebody? So your salary is not really the drug you take to forget your dream. It can be the drug you take that will make you not have any dream again. Especially if the money doesn't have anything. It doesn't make any sense. And then your salary can be the source of your initial capital in order to create your financial future. In order to create and plan your financial future. So it can be both ways. It can be this thing that will send you to FI. And then for most of the people that are listening to this, I know the Otedola is not listening to this. I know that DJ Kupi is not listening to this or whatever. But for the most people that listen today, I know that that's the case. Your salary is nothing, it's crap shit. And even at that, find more opportunity, invest in more ways that you can make money, and then extend it out. Put your money in other systems that can compound. And don't put it in all these things that we call gambling. From the start, all these things that we call betting, don't put it there. Put it in things that can actually stand the test of time. Any other comment on this? I think we have took our time to... We always like to keep the podcast within 2 hours. We have put any other comment from Dan Smith?
I think the major thing about the salary thing is the fact that this thing, paycheck to paycheck. And in recent time, salary work does not account for when you cannot work again. Retirement.
Okay.
So if this thing is paycheck to paycheck now, and then we have seen the trajectory that, for instance, 2014, that this thing was, I think it was 14K. How much was
Minimum
wage? Was 18K.
18,000 naira.
18,000
But one bag of
naira
rice was
could-
6,000 something.
Yeah, 18,000 naira could buy
3 bag of rice or something.
like close to 3,000, if not up to 3 bags of rice.
Mm.
Now, the current minimum wage
Oh,
is
70,000.
70,000.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Can't even
it's
buy
7.
one.
It's
Can't
7,000.
even buy one bag.
Cannot
of rice.
buy one bag.
bag of rice.
So imagine you are living paycheck to paycheck, and then the value of the money you are earning is reducing day by day.
Day.
And now, imagine you just stop at retirement. That when you cannot work again, you just stop, and then there's nothing to feed you, and then you now become all this old woman that they are begging for, or that is begging, or that is they say, does this woman doesn't? It's like this woman doesn't have children? That is how life is. So if something is not catering for your retirement, maybe you should fix your life. Like Josh was saying, that there are some distance that have that are high paying. Like, for instance, if someone is getting paid like 30K.
Here's the thing. I will not be deluded to easily, I be an apologist to this school of thought that is saying that, get zero. Because I know that it's not easy for you to transition into a job where you get high pay, Even I was saying earlier that Flutter developer 200K still will not survive the person. But the thing is that the real message, because me, I tend to see myself as an opinion in philosophy. So the real message underlying that statement is that think for your finance. Let there be a plan around your finance. Whatever what you are earning, whether you are earning 20,000 a month, have a plan for how your finance will go. Whether you are earning even 10,000 a month, I don't care. It's you that have a reason to be earning 10,000. It's you that decided not to improve your skill. All of the other options on your table, I don't want to know. But understand that your financial future will not be guaranteed by the fact that you are earning salary from somebody. You have to plan it out yourself.
Exactly. That's true.
You have to find it out yourself. Your financial, those your vacation. You will not be able to have vacation if you continue to just take salary and whatever. So you must plan it out yourself. This is how I will be able to take vacation out of the money I'm earning. This is how I'll be able to take invest out of the money I'm earning. This is how I always tell my team, one of the things that if you are worried, get a panic balance. When you have a panic balance, then you're able to think straight. Then you'll not be jumping around trying to play bet with your money. You're trying to put your money. You don't have money. There's this thing that me and Josh were discussing a couple of days ago. So you don't have money, or let's say you have a business, and you're trying to figure out how to market. You are trying to figure out how to get more customer. You have not figured that out. You have not break through your market acquisition strategy. You decided to go and take a few money that's in your business and take it into forex market. The funny part is that problem that you decide not to solve in your business, you are running, is the problem you face in forex market. Because now you have not figured out how to invest in the right business that you're going to pay out in. It's another learning curve too. So why don't you pay attention and learn this first? And be like most of the entrepreneurs that build their first business, sold this for an amount, cash out, then started using their money to play tete up and down. In fact, by the time you cash out from your business, for your first business, you have enough money that you will be giving into guys that spent 15 years learning about market trading, having consistent results, so that they can manage your money for you. Exactly. It's that simple. But so my message on your salary is the door you get take to is just this message, very simple message. If you do not sit down to plan for your financial future, nobody will do it for you, and you will end up in poverty. It is that simple. Whether you are earning 500 billion, 500 million or not, if you don't hire people or sit down or whatever and plan your financial future and structure it, I love money. If it's a jealous bitch, if you don't give it attention, it will fly away. I think we have been able to properly decompose the content of that viral post. Okay. And I think we have given it our very best shot. Yeah. And all angles are because that's me have something else to add. So with that, this is the Rational Dialogue. My name is Elon Jobs. This is Josh. In case you find him outside, he's the e-commerce boss. Editor, please show their handle. This is Dan Smith. Dan Smith is the creative Dan Smith guy that always talk about sport. Gordon Benjamin is also the new guy that, that if you have been listening to Threshold, is the guy I always reference that, okay, what's the advice for the Gordon of this one? That this is Gordon I've always talked about. And me, I'm Elon Jobs and the co-founder of the platform, KitKat. I want you to go to usekisscard.com and find out what we are doing. What we do essentially is to provide e-commerce websites for businesses. And more importantly, if you are high growth business, what we do is to give you an OS that can power your business for scale. So if you want to know more, you can reach out to my phone number, the phone number displaying on your screen, or you can go to our website and click through any of the links that you want to go. Whether you want to get the plan, you can get it straight away. You can use the self-service. You want to contact any of our sales rep or contact our phone number, you can go ahead and do that too. And I'm hoping to see you in the next episode where we take on another thing and then go really thorough about it. All the saliva in my mouth has almost finished. I'll see you. Oh, this is it's John Reese. He's the one that's going to edit this. So whether we don't introduce him, he will introduce himself. So, and he's the guy in charge of Cosonic or something. And I will see you in the next episode. If you don't know what Cosonic is, go and check it out. I love you all. Bye-bye. Bye. Peace out.